rAVe Radio. With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves with Gary K.
Good morning, everyone. This is Gary K, and you are watching a special ISE edition of my Rants and Raves videocast. And we are talking to Maikel Koppin, who is in charge of, one of the people that are going to be in the ISE show floor at Legrand AV. Most specifically, I think he's here to talk about Da-Lite's SightLine screen, among other things that are going to be showing. And you're actually going to be in 3N500 on the ISE floor, first time in Barcelona. My first question to you, Maikel, is, are we going to have a show, and how big is it going to be? Because of all the variants and all the other news out there, what do you think? What's your gut feeling? What kind of show you think we're going to have?
We are looking forward, definitely. Barcelona will also be our time, our first time going there. Naturally, Amsterdam is our home turf, so we are located in the Netherlands normally. I'm there in the job as product manager for Screens EMEA. That will be for Da-Lite and Projecta. The Legrand portfolio has two brands, already sharing a lot of screen surfaces, already sharing a lot of parts and components. And in Barcelona, we're going to show our next step, merging more and more towards one portfolio. And we're going to show off with the SightLine over there, which is being our newest innovation. And we're very excited to do that. On the turf of when looking at how big is the show going to be and who is going to show up, for us, there will definitely be more focus also from the southern part of Europe, because it's closer to home. We're looking forward to see how many Germans, Nordic, Scandinavia, and Dutch and UK will fly into Barcelona. But the first signs are good, so we are excited to go there.
So right now, the news about the variants and shutting things down in China don't seem to be affecting Europe at all yet. And you feel comfortable with we're on target in a couple of months to be in, or a month and a half to be in Barcelona and have a pretty good size show. I mean, it's probably not going to be 80,000 people again like it was at 2019 for Amsterdam, because it's first time in Barcelona. Like you said, it's further south. 30% of the people that went to the show used to drive to the show. There's not going to be as many people driving to the show, obviously, when it's in Barcelona, but you feel good about it.
Oh, absolutely. Looking at the variants on COVID, this time I'm not worried at all.
Good.
The last couple of times where we kept rescheduling, I think that was a wise decision to do that.
Yeah.
What we see here locally now in the European countries is that actually everybody is getting rid of all the things, keeping people down, wearing masks, etc. So everything is opening up here. That's the total opposite as the news coming from China in this case. But actually, we are confident and we're good to go. Yeah,
and one of the products that you mentioned that you're going to have there, SightLine, that's a really cool product. For those of you who don't know, as you can see on the screen here now, it's a projector where they basically remove the black surface, the black painted surface that used to frame the screen, especially along the top. The nice thing about that is the screen almost looks like the content almost looks like it's hovering, but it also clears the space for cameras and microphones and speakers and UCC spaces, for example. So if you look at, for example, front row and the way that Microsoft is showing to use front row, you can see that you would use a wide screen and you would actually have a camera either at the top or bottom, and something like the SightLine, which could also be used in the home, would work perfect for both those applications. Maikel, you feel good about this new product, don't you?
Yeah, obviously, as a product manager, it's always cool to bring new innovations to market. We worked a long time on this project because, from my point of view,
it seems like such a simple concept to remove that wasted black space at the top. I mean, I know why the black space is there, because we never know exactly where someone's going to, need to put a screen, how low it's going to need to go. So we got to put some sort of shroud there. But what y'all did was remove it and just have these aircraft grade wires basically used as to tension the screen and not have the need for that black filler, I guess you'd call it. right?
Well, it all starts with asking stupid questions, right? Because once you start a new project and once you come up with, okay, we need to bring something new to market, the idea is, okay, what are we used to? What are we going to bring? What did we sell, et cetera, et cetera. So in this case, the stupid question is, okay, then someone needs to define in the specs, how much is the black drop going to be and how much is needed and what is the market requirements? And hang on, wait a second, do you need a black drop? And there were a lot of cool ideas already on the table. And I think every manufacturer in the world already have been thinking about bringing the concept of having wires to the mainstream product category. Because the idea on its own of having a screen on cords, it's not new on its own. We also have in the Da-Lite portfolio, we already had the wire line. But to bring it in this segment where it becomes available for everybody and for every project, therefore, we needed to simplify that down and make it very easy. And that was the hardest part because I'm very proud of the engineers doing it. Coming up with a solution was one thing. Then the next biggest thing was making it simple again. And making it simple makes it less components. Less components is more reliable. It makes it simple, the cost goes down, and that's why we can bring it to market the way as we do.
And it is available in most of the screen surfaces and types and sizes right now. I mean, it's all, for the most part, everything is shipping.
Yeah, absolutely. It is the biggest part is that for us, if we're looking into the future as well, this is one step of the many that will follow. So we are looking at our total portfolio, sitting back, saying, okay, what is our portfolio going to look like in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, 5 years' time? And what are the aspects that we're going to need with that?
I can tell you you're going to need a 21x9 in stock for this new kind of like a Microsoft front row concept and the new stuff coming from Zoom, where you're going to have two projectors throwing light to have a wider image in a conference room. So we're not, we're going to have more of a wide image rather than a tall image, taking up more space. But I think there's going to be a lot of other applications too. And I think even in retail and signage, and I mean, there's so many opportunities here to do some unique things with a product like this that can disappear when you're not using it, right? But also when it's there, it doesn't look bad. I mean, the image when you're projecting it looks like it's hovering, right? It almost looks like it's appearing out of nowhere.
That is what we were going for, because in a project and the way we're looking at the market and looking forward is that you have many stakeholders, and sometimes you bring something new to market and there's one or two persons being happy about it because it gives a big advantage to them.
Right.
And in this case, we have multi stakeholders, like the architect or the end user is happy because of the aesthetic value of it, because the floating aspect and also not having that black drop there. But the cool part about this is we took a full integral or integrated product design on it. So it's also about the person ordering the product,
right?
The person in our customer care, because you can adjust to up to 6 feet in cable length. So you don't do pre-order or pre-define upfront, and you can easily do that that way. So it is more people become happy that way, but also the factory wherein
you're cutting down the number of SKUs and the amount of customization and things like that. Now, will we see this come over to the Projector line as well?
Absolutely. So Projecta and Da-Lite are sister companies, if you like. So this is part of the full portfolio and the internal projects wherein we are working very hard on. And perhaps I'm even more excited about the full range, what we're going to do, because I'm very excited about SightLine, but it's already step one, and I'm looking forward to the next project to do that way. So having Projecta and Da-Lite working more and more hand in hand, it's very important that our customers get the same answer to the same questions anywhere in the world. So we are located in Europe and the Netherlands, but the US customers should get the same answer when they ask a question, when they're asking, when they call out the weird office in the Netherlands.
Yeah, and what's interesting here is we're talking about projection screens, and 10 years ago, people thought projectors were going to be dead by now, but here they are. They're going to have the best year they've ever had, in depending on how quickly people go back to the office, either 2022 or 2023 will probably be the best year we've had in projection in many, many years, because of the fact that people are going to want to put more images up, not less images up in a meeting room. And the easiest way to do that is to use a projector. The cheapest way to do that per square inch is a projector. So I think we're going to see more of that. congratulations on it. I'm excited to be there. I'll be there in Barcelona here in about 5 weeks, 6 weeks. I look forward to seeing you and everyone else over there in Amsterdam. I mean, in Barcelona. Remember, you're gonna be in 3N500, but of course, I think that everyone's gonna go by and see Legrand, not just because of the screens, but you've got C2G and you've got Chief, and you've got all the other brands, Luxol, you've got all these other brands that people are using. You're sort of like a glue company out there. So check them out at ISE and booth and stand 3N500. Maikel, thank you very much for joining me today. Congratulations and best of luck to you.
Thank you very much. I hope to see you in Barcelona. So come join us at our booth, and you can see.
I'll be able to wear short sleeves for the first time at an ISE.
Oh, that would be good. See some sun finally. Yeah, that's good.
Thank you. And hey, if you're in the U.S. and you are considering a vacation, this might be a good way to kick off your vacation by going to ISE. Either way, if you're watching this in the EMEA, you should definitely make plans to go and make a vacation out of it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in about 5 weeks.
See you there. Bye-bye.
With rants and raves, you'll be okay. And today is your lucky day. It is rants and raves.